Hey, I'm really sorry that my videos are so short now always, but YouTube is somehow forcing me to make them short, because whenever I make them long, like 10 minutes, they either don't load up at all, or they cut off the last 3 minutes. And even now I did this part 3 times and it was just 4 minutes and it just stopped. I don't know what to do. What am I doing wrong? I'm gonna try this once more and then I give up. Okay, where was I? There was a large circle of scar tissue on the side of the wound. It was hot and shiny and red and somehow glossy. "It's much better," Eric said, and I gasped. I hadn't felt him rouse from his suspended animation. Eric was wearing silk boxes. I would have figured him for a jockeyman. "Thank you, Eric." I didn't care for how shaky I sounded, but an obligation is an obligation. "For what?" His hand gently stroked my stomach. "For standing by me in the club, for coming here with me, for not leaving me alone with all these people." "How grateful are you?" he whispered, his mouth hovering over mine. His eyes were very alert now, and his gaze was boring into mine. "That kind of ruins it when you say something like that," I said, trying to keep my voice gentle. "You shouldn't want me to have sex with you just because I owe you. I don't really care why you have sex with me, as long as you do it," he said, equally gently. His mouth was on mine then. Try as I might to stay detached, I wasn't too successful. For one thing, Eric had had hundreds of years to practice his kissing technique, and he'd used them to good advantage. I snuck my hands up to his shoulders, and I am ashamed to say I responded. As sore and tired as my body was, it wanted what it wanted, and my mind and will were running far behind. Eric seemed to have 6 hands, and they were everywhere, encouraging my body to have its way. A finger slid under the elastic of my panties and glided right into me. I made a noise, and it was not a noise of rejection. The finger began moving in a wonderful rhythm. Eric's mouth seemed bent on sucking, my tongue down his throat. My hands were enjoying the smooth skin and the muscles that worked underneath it. Then the window flew open and Bubba crawled in. "Miss Sookie, Mr. Eric, I tracked you down." Bubba was proud. He smiled in a slack and dim sort of way. "Miss Sookie, what are you doing in bed with Mr. Eric if Bill is your boyfriend?" "That is a real good question, Bubba," I said. I tried to sit up, but I couldn't do it. I made a little pain sound, and Eric cursed in another language. "I am going to give her blood, Bubba," Eric said. "Let me tell you what I need you to do." "Sure," Bubba said agreeably. "Since you got over the wall and into the house without being caught, I need you to search this estate. We think Bill is here, somewhere." I better stop this before it's gonna cut off again or whatever. We'll see. I hope it works.